We're not about to lose our cool. Love it or lose it.
Watch my reports from Delta County only on 19 News.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Sarah Blakely. Tonight on your WZMQ 19 News, escalation in the conflict between Israel and Hamas. We are live in Washington with reaction from Congressman Bergman and details on how the U.S. is still hoping to support Israel. Plus, the new initiative announced by Governor Whitmer today that aims to attract more people to Michigan for tech jobs. And how Negaunee Elementary students are learning about preventing fires during Fire Safety Week. Your 19 News starts now.
Live from the UP, this is WZMQ 19 News at 6.
We saw some rain and drizzle off and on throughout the day today. Ariane, how long can we expect this to continue?
It's going to be on and off just like that, Sarah, basically into our Wednesday. We should be drying out just a little bit on Thursday, but those showers could be returning for the weekend. So just a heads up on that. And we still will be a little bit chilly. Those temperatures 45 to 55 during the day. We could see some 30s. Most likely on our Wednesday evening. Today we saw a high of 48 out of the National Weather Service station just outside of Marquette. I've got your full forecast and school day outlooks coming up after the break.
Thank you very much, Ariane. We are now in the fourth day of the Israel-Hamas conflict. The president briefly addressed the nation earlier this afternoon, outlining some of the atrocities he says has happened to civilians, plus how the U.S. is responding and reinforcing that the U.S. stands alongside Israel. WZMQ's Washington, D.C. correspondent Rachel Knapp spoke with Congressman Jack Bergman on this. She's joining us live from the U.S. Capitol. Rachel, what did the congressman have to say about the crisis?
In deaths, which also include about 14 Americans that we know of so far, and the hostage situation over there. Now, with Bergman's background in the military, and he also sits on the House Armed Services Committee, he tells me that he is getting briefed on some details, but he is waiting for a more formalized brief on the situation over there. Now, as we still see the conflict continue between Israel and Hamas, Bergman says the world is watching how allies respond to the situation. Over the weekend, the Secretary of Defense announced the U.S. is bolstering their posture in the region to help with deterrence efforts by sending weapons and a warship to the eastern Mediterranean area. Bergman cautions to be careful moving ships into a small space like the Mediterranean where they could be vulnerable. The UP congressman says he is concerned the Biden administration is not showing enough strength on foreign policy. But overall, he says they are supporting the Israelis with weapons and intelligence and is horrified about the attacks on innocent civilians.
It's not enough to say our hearts go out. I'm going to say more definitively. We stand with Israel unequivocally 100%. And we will not quit, we as the United States, on Israel, nor any of our other partners worldwide when this kind of inhuman, animalistic behavior occurs. This is so wrong on all counts.
Now the question that Bergman is asking is what failed? He is questioning how, as an international community, how we missed the signs of this attack. Sarah, back to you.
All right, Rachel, thank you very much. In news in the UP, the Dickinson County Sheriff's Office is looking for help identifying hundreds of items that were recently stolen from grave sites. The thefts are believed to have occurred in the Quinnipiac Cemetery and Dickinson Memorial Gardens. A suspect is in custody from that incident for multiple counts of larceny. Residents are asked to come claim the recovered items from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Central Time tomorrow and Thursday from 3 to 6 p.m. Central Time. We'll have more details on our website for those that wish to recover any stolen property. In Lansing today, Governor Gretchen Whitmer announced a marketing campaign to boost the state's population and grow its economy. You Can in Michigan is a $20 million campaign from the Michigan Economic Development Corporation and Growing Michigan Together councils. The campaign is targeting 12 different markets across the country to attract more people to tech and advanced manufacturing jobs here. The launch includes an AI-powered website with a cost of living calculator, information about Michigan's major industries, and a career portal to help with job navigation and placement.
Michigan is the ground zero for innovation. And if you want to innovate, if you want to be a part of changing humanity. I can't think of a better place in Michigan.
Coming up tonight at 11:10 Central, we'll have more on the You Can in Michigan campaign and how the governor hopes it will solve Michigan's population issues. This is Fire Safety Week. It's an effort to bring awareness to fire dangers, but also to educate people on how to prevent them as well. WZMQ's Mitchell Reif was at Lakeview Elementary, where firefighters were teaching students about how to form a safety plan.
This year's theme for Fire Safety Week is Cooking Safety Starts With You, instructing students about the safety plan if there was ever a fire in the kitchen. According to the U.S. Fire Administration, cooking fires are the leading cause of home fires, and in 2021, fire departments across the U.S. responded to an estimate of 170,000 home cooking fires.
It's extremely important. Like you mentioned, they're at that age where they can start reaching for things that maybe they shouldn't, if they're going to be helping around the kitchen or if they're going to be playing in the kitchen.
Fire safety is really important because it can save your life so you don't get burnt. I think it's good to teach kids about fire safety because so they can be safe at home.
Firefighters were showing students the ins and outs of a fire truck, teaching the best escape plan from a burning building, and how to properly communicate the danger to a dispatch officer. Teachers say that having students learn about these dangers from a person in uniform gives the students more reassurance and makes the situation that much more real.
They recognize that, oh yeah, they're actually going to maybe listen to somebody in uniform a little bit closer.
We have 2 firefighters. One of them will be putting on their turnout gear to demonstrate that it's just a regular person underneath the gear and there's nothing to fear.
Although knowing the steps to become safe in case of a fire can help, creating a safety plan before any fire danger can be an even greater assistance.
Right, a lot of these kids will go home now and have the conversation about what happens if there is a fire, what do we do? And so then their family is talking about it, and so then when there is an emergency, it isn't something that hasn't been thought about.
Firefighters note that having a plan beforehand can keep everyone in the situation more calm and ready to handle potential dangers. Mitchell Reif, WZMQ 19 News, Nagani.
Your first warning weather forecast is coming up after this break. Plus, we're finding out what's up with Megan O'Connor. She has the details on a spooky season favorite in Marquette, haunted lighthouse tours at the Maritime Museum. And later, an old theater in Escanaba is turning off the lights. The jump scares waiting around the corner at the haunted house there this month. We're back in 2 minutes.
19 News is brought to you by Dan Perkins Construction.
When you put on a product this nice, you want to sing it from the rooftops. You know my roof's good looking, will last the rest of your life. Each day I go to work thinking, you know we're doing this right. Buy a roof for me and I think you'll see you'll be happy as a gherkin. 'Cause we do it right and we're really polite. Take it from me, Dan Perkins. You try rhyming something with Perkins.
Since the 15th century, Antwerp, Belgium has been the city for diamonds. Erickson Jewelers is going overseas to this diamond capital soon to handpick directly from a sparkling selection unlike any in the world. Tell us what you're looking for and we'll use our connections to personally find it in Antwerp's famous diamond district. This is a special opportunity that allows us to negotiate the best options and value for you. Find out how Erickson Jewelers can bring home your one-of-a-kind Antwerp diamond.
All-wheel drive season is coming. Changes, weather, road conditions. What doesn't change? Toyota's commitment to giving you the freedom to explore. With more all-wheel drive choices, like the adventurous RAV4, America's best-selling SUV. Now get a new RAV4 with low 3.99 APR financing, or 4.99 on an electrified RAV4 hybrid, plus 2 years no-cost maintenance. Change is coming. Stay ahead with RAV4. Toyota. Let's go places.
The Baxter Family Survival Guide.
Dad, you taught us to be self-sufficient.
And yet you're all still here. Expect the unexpected.
If you want money, maybe you should do what other people do.
Get my own reality show. Dad, I'm trying.
Learn to adapt.
You're gonna use a glass, right?
Fine, hand me the big one.
Last man standing.
Escanaba reporter Lily Simmons on WZMQ 19 News. Now, WZMQ 19 News First Warning Weather with Ariane Stasek.
Some spectacular fall colors and waterways on display. Check out this picture of Bond Falls, courtesy of Sean Malone of Lake Superior Photo Gallery. The next 24 hours, we're going to have that lake-enhanced rain still kicking our way, mostly along the north coast counties. Gusty weekend is possible ahead, but for this evening, mostly cloudy skies. We'll expect the same conditions tomorrow, and those temperatures tomorrow, 45 to 55. Check out these lows possibly tomorrow, maybe down in the 30s. Now, earlier, I was checking out our futurecast, and I'll show you in a bit, but of what's going to be happening tonight. Right now, we've got those temperatures 45 to 50, and then, like I said, those lows 35 to about 45 degrees tonight. Of course, coolest in the interior along that Wisconsin border, where earlier I was seeing some mixed precipitation with possible snowflakes. That's, you know, it's on the radar there eventually. Winds primarily coming out of the north, and we'll expect that those gusts are dying down for a little bit here. Most of our precipitation activity is down south in the Mitten or in the central portions of the UP, as well as a little bit further east. Taking a look at current conditions with our radar, we've just got some sprinkles, like I said, along that northern coast, especially in the northeast here. So taking a look at this evening, those clouds continuing to cover, maybe some heavier rains around 7 o'clock here in Schoolcraft and Luce counties, as well as Alger County. And then, of course, more sprinkles for the evening, staying a little bit dry in the western half. We'll expect some sunshine for our Wednesday morning, but not quite a ton. Like I said, I did see some mixed precipitation, and if those temperatures still stay very cool in the 30s, it's possible. All right, looking at Thursday, we'll expect more sunshine, partly to mostly sunny skies, and of course, chances of showers as those clouds increase in the afternoon. And then we'll have anywhere from partly to mostly cloudy skies for that evening. Taking a look at Wednesday, do I send my student with an umbrella? Yeah, probably. We've got chances more likely in the morning. Those temperatures around 7 a.m. should be in the 40s, and then maybe up to about 50 degrees later on in the afternoon when they are let out of school. We've got the UP 200 Dryland Dash happening this weekend on Saturday and Sunday in Negaunee. Races start at 9 a.m. on both days. Make sure you bundle up. It's going to be a little bit chilly out there and probably muddy, but you know, these dogs love that activity. 7-day outlook for Marquette, likely showers tomorrow morning, and those temperatures staying in the low 50s as our highs. Will dry up on Thursday, but shower chances returning on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And don't forget, we've got the Lake Superior Performance Rally on Friday and Saturday in Sidna and Marquette Mountain. Make sure you go to their website for more information, or ours.
Thank you very much, Ariane. Our 19 News Insights is on the way next. We're learning more about a program in Michigan that's helping people get their teaching certificate or gain new teaching endorsements. Our conversation with Marisa is just 2 minutes away.
When it gets colder, it's a good idea to layer up. But you can also surround yourself with an added layer of protection by getting your flu and COVID-19 vaccines. And you can safely get both vaccines at the same time. Talk to your healthcare provider and layer up for some added peace of mind.
Violence and bloodshed as the war escalates here in Israel and in Gaza. I'm Nora O'Donnell reporting from Tel Aviv on the lives lost, the hostage crisis, and how the U.S. is responding on the CBS Evening News.
Help! When you fall and can't get help, help! You will lie on the floor for hours or days in constant, terrible anguish. But with Life Alert, one touch of a button can get you help fast. Life Alert saves a life every 11 minutes.
For a free Life Alert brochure, call 1-800-998-6449. That's 1-800-998-6449.
Jennifer Hudson Show. We're always happy to have Robin Thicke.
Great crowd, great crowd. Hi, baby.
They say, hey, husband. We may sing a little something for you. I got the sweetest love. Then, the story of this selfless paramedic will stun you.
The Jennifer Hudson Show, tomorrow at 5 on WZMQ TV CBS, followed by 19 News at 6.
Want
12, 1 Adam 12.
1 Adam 12?
1 Adam 12, 1 Adam 12.
1 Adam 12, roger.
That's right. There's only one Adam 12.
I'll remember that. Adam 12, weekdays at 5 on MeTV 19.1. You're watching the award-winning WZMQ 19 News, live and local with Sarah Blakely.
Tonight on Insights, we're learning more about a program that's helping people earn their teaching certificate in Michigan. It's called Talent Together. Joining us is the superintendent of Market Algerisa, Dr. Greg Nian. Thanks for coming in, Dr. Nian.
Thank you, Sarah. Pleasure to be here.
Awesome. So tell us about what the Talent Together program is all about.
Sure. Talent Together is a concerted effort among 50 intermediate school districts in Michigan, designed specifically to increase the number of educators and address the educator shortage in our state.
Gotcha. So how did Marisa get involved in this?
Sure. So there were originally about 7 intermediate school district superintendents who sat down one day and tried to have a conversation about how we could make a difference with the educator shortage in this state. I was one of those 7 intermediate school district superintendents, and we brainstormed kind of an out-of-the-box idea to remove financial barriers for applicants to become teachers.
Yeah, I know that there's kind of been this issue growing over maybe even the last decade, but especially in the last 3, 4, 5 years with the teacher population just decreasing at a quick rate. How does the Talent Together program look to address that?
Sure, great question. So when we started our conversation, we first looked at the data. And one of the things that stood out to us is in the traditional educator prep programs, about 80% or up to 80% of the college student population was not completing their teacher prep program. So we knew that we needed to start with a population of individuals who were going to have a high rate of success or completion with an ed prep program. So we targeted individuals, adults who are already working in the school setting, namely support staff members.
Gotcha. So what are some of the ways that people can get involved in the Talent Together program?
Well, I think by first creating a relationship with your local school district. Substitute teaching is a great way to get started. If you're already working as a paraprofessional or an educational assistant, those are great pathways, and really it's just a matter of approaching the building administrator or the district administrator and saying, you know, I have an interest or a passion in working with young people. I'd like to become a teacher. How can I get involved?
Gotcha. I saw on the website too, it wasn't just for people who were looking for their initial teaching certificate, but also these endorsements. What does that mean?
Yes, so we have a number of teachers obviously in our rank and file who have been in their discipline area for a number of years and may want to change their population of students. And so this is an opportunity for them to pick up add-on endorsements. So for example, you might have an individual who's been a science teacher for the last 10 or 15 years, and maybe they've learned over their career that they have a particular connection or affinity for students with disabilities. This will be an opportunity for them to get that certification required for them to work with those students.
Gotcha. How long is that certification process?
Well, of course, it depends on the number of credits that an individual has,
Sure.
But really we've created pathways for everyone from a high school graduate to somebody with a bachelor's degree who is already teaching. And obviously the range of time that it takes varies individually along that continuum, but there are lots of opportunities.
Gotcha. Really quickly before we wrap, where can people go to get all of the information and just details about Talent Together?
Yes, so we've got a very informative website. It's mitalenttogether.org, and people can complete an interest form on that website, and we will be in touch with them and let them know how they can progress in the program.
Great. Well, Dr. Nian, thank you so much for sharing about that. We appreciate it. Still ahead tonight, we are finding out what's up with Megan O'Connor. She is sharing all the spooky details about a haunted lighthouse tour in Marquette this month. And later, the Old Michigan Theater in Escanaba is also jumping on the spooky train. They're hosting some haunted tours there, along with some screening of Halloween movies. We'll tell you when you can check all of that out. But first, here's your Upers United Volunteer Opportunity of the Day. We are showcasing the UP 200 Dryland Dash all this week. Volunteers are needed to help set up fencing along the 2-mile trail. It's this Thursday from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. There are 2 4-hour shifts available. Just meet at the Negaunee Township Hall on M35. To sign up to be a volunteer for this or check out other volunteer opportunities, just head on over to upersunited.com.
We've got a lot of news to cover tonight. Our reporting from Tel Aviv. We spoke with an American physician assistant who is volunteering at a hospital here in Israel, the same one her grandmother worked in after surviving the Holocaust. That and more news tonight on the CBS Evening News.
As FBI agents, we're expected to find the truth.
13 people murdered.
They called him the Golden State Killer.
The cases you know.
We found Timothy McVeigh.
The inside story you don't.
The serial sniper has struck again.
They were shooting from the back of that trunk. My blood just going cold.
Shots fired! Shots fired! New FBI True tonight at 9/8 Central on CBS and streaming on Paramount+.
Shop hundreds of Lazy Boys at Kirkish Furniture in Houghton. Kick back in comfort in an industry-leading recliner. Choose from all fabrics, colors, and sizes with prices starting as low as $4.99 plus free delivery. Shop Kirkish Furniture in Houghton today.
Get 11% off everything at Menards. Prepare for winter and save with a heavy-duty steel frame and waterproof cover. The Auto Shelter Portable Garage is the perfect choice. Get a 10 by 20-foot auto shelter for $299.99 after 11% off. Protect your boats and recreational vehicles with RV and Marine antifreeze. Its burst-proof protection is formulated to defend against freezing temperatures down to -50 degrees. Get a gallon for $2.49 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
When two celebrity-led teams
what is this?
face off.
We're going to say it's a horribly drawn turkey.
No, it's a horribly drawn swan. I don't know what a swan looks like.
In a game of quick draw.
Jump rope.
Jump rope is correct. 1, 2, 3, it's fast-paced family fun for all. Pictionary. Every weekday.
Pictionary, weekdays at 9 on WZMQ CBS.
We believe in patriotism. We believe in our country. For 100 years, veterans have been impacting our nation through the American Legion. Learn more at legion.org/webelieve.
Let's find out what's up with Megan. It's the spooky season, and all around the UP, people are really getting into the spirit, Megan.
Ooh, good one, Sarah. If you're looking for something spooky and fun and educational this weekend, I have the perfect event for you. The Ghosts of Lighthouse Point are back, haunting the Marquette Maritime Museum. Ghosts of Lighthouse Point is a guided walk through the grounds of the Marquette Maritime Museum, Lighthouse, and the old U.S. Life Saving Service Coast Guard buildings. Many of the buildings are said to be haunted by past residents, some whom even speak and interact with the tour guests. The event will be from 7 to 10 p.m. this Thursday through Saturday, with tours starting every 10 minutes. The 7 p.m. hours are family friendly, and the 8 p.m. are not recommended for children to participate. The cost is $10 per adult plus a non-perishable food donation. NMU students are $8 plus a food donation, and children 11 and under are $5. The event is an annual fundraiser for the Marquette Maritime Museum, and the entry fees go directly back to the museum. Food donations go directly to the Northern Michigan University Food Pantry. This is one of my favorite events of the year, and I highly recommend that you check it out because it is so fun.
I've never been on those tours. I'm not a haunted house person. I don't like to be scared. So I like that they kind of have that time beforehand that,
Yes.
you know, if you're a fraidy cat like me,
oh my gosh,
you can go then. And then if you kind of like the spooky stuff, it gets a little scarier in the evening.
Yes, yeah, no, it's very fun, and volunteers come from all over the community, from the college. It's a blast.
Very nice. So what else is happening this weekend?
Yes, so the Marquette Mountain Resort is hosting the Lake Superior Performance Rally Championship on October 14th. We'll have more about that event later this week. But that's not the only race that day. The city of Houghton is hosting the Upper Peninsula Animal Halloweeny race benefiting the Copper Country Humane Society. This race will be one block down Sheldon Avenue with multiple heats, so all dogs can race. There will also be a Halloween costume contest. Tickets and more information can be found on Facebook. In Escanaba, this Saturday is UP-Toberfest at Ludington Park. UP-Toberfest is the UP's premier beer and wine festival, bringing more than 1,000 people together to sample an array of craft beers and wine. Proceeds support the United Way of Delta County and other local charities. For tickets, visit escanaba.org. Another Halloween event for you is the Marquette Zombie Pub Crawl and Horror Ball presented by Nerds at Marquette. For tickets and more information, visit matimarquette.org. And the City of Marquette Office of Arts and Culture will present the 26th Annual Art Awards on Sunday at 6 p.m. The award show will be held at the Masonic Building's Red Room. The event is free and open to the public.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Megan.
Of course.
And speaking of the spooky season, several of Escanaba's most iconic buildings are getting a new lease on life. WZMQ's Escanaba Bureau reporter Lily Simmons takes us inside one of those buildings and tells us about some upcoming Halloween events there.
The Old Michigan Theater on Ludington Street hadn't been active for decades until a young couple came along in 2018.
We just happened to walk by and see it and called to get a look at it. Came through and just really fell in love with the building.
It was in pretty rough shape, it still is kind of in rough shape, but for some reason we decided we wanted to get it and work on it.
Since purchasing the Old Michigan the next year, the Godfreys have been renovating the theater.
Slowly we've been trying to clean and screw down all the chairs because none of the chairs were screwed down.
In 2022, the Old Michigan hosted its first haunted house.
We just figured we have a creepy old building, so we might as well make good use out of it while we can.
And it's back this Friday and Saturday only. Better and scarier than before.
We haven't done anything like this before, so we learned a lot last year and we're applying what we learned this year. We did scare quite a few people, which was kind of the goal, but even the people we didn't scare, they at least enjoyed it.
Going back to the Old Michigan's roots, the Godfreys are also showing The Shining and A Nightmare on Elm Street throughout October.
I think it's like the perfect place to come and watch a scary movie.
Funds from the haunted house and movie showings will go toward the Godfreys' long-term goal, fully reopening the Old Michigan as a second-run theater, along with an arcade in the front of the building. They're excited to finally get audiences back into these seats after so many years.
I hope the people who came here when they were kids leave with that nostalgia, remembering what it was like being a kid and coming here. I personally am not old enough to have those feelings, so people like me, I want them to have the experience with these older movies that you just can't get anymore.
Lily Simmons, WZMQ 19 News, Escanaba.
To guarantee a time slot at the Old Michigan Haunted House, tickets are available online on a first-come, first-served basis this weekend. For more information, head to WZMQ19.com. Ariane is in next with one final check on our outlook.
CBS Wednesday, Survivor is back with all new castaways.
I got a smile on my face and the dagger behind my back.
Survivor's ready. Go!
No, I'm not letting them know I'm a lawyer. He can't be trusted.
I'm willing to put it all on the line.
I gotta be ready to jump ship. Thank God I'm a good swimmer.
The new season of Survivor, Wednesday at 8/7 Central on CBS and streaming on Paramount Plus.
Someday your son's gonna test you. It's gonna force you to make a decision.
A man must stand with his people, and we are not your people.
There is nothing you could do I won't forgive you for.
Yeah, there is.
Yellowstone, Sunday after 60 Minutes on CBS.
Brought to you locally by Erickson Jewelers.
My dad, he's a double amputee, and he's one of my favorite people in the world
To me, a hero is someone who fights for our country and freedom. My dad is a hero. Homes for Our Troops built this house, and my dad can get through the wide doorways. He can reach anything.
Homes for Our Troops builds and donates specially adapted custom homes nationwide for severely injured post-9/11 veterans and enables them to rebuild their lives. Join our mission at hfotusa.org.
Some cloudy skies this evening. We'll expect those clouds tomorrow as well, and those temperatures 45 to about 50 degrees. We are expecting to drop down into the low 40s this evening. And then Lake Superior Performance Rally this weekend. Friday in Sidna at 4 p.m. we'll expect a temperature of about 46, and then Saturday in Marquette, similar conditions with chances of rain showers. 7-day outlook for Escanaba, drying up on Thursday.
That's all for now. We'll see you back here tonight at 11:10 Central.
Tonight,